Do you think AI will take over humans in coding? Well, I'm going to be facing off against the one and only ChatGPT to see which is better. Both I and the AI will have to create a website landing page with only HTML and CSS, and once they have both been created, they will be judged by my brother, who hopefully won't show any bias there. So starting with the AI, I can go into ChatGPT and ask it to create a landing page with only HTML and CSS. Now while that code is generating, I can start coding my landing page. The plan for my page is to have a menu bar at the top, along with a title and subtitle in the center of the page. To tie that all together, I will add a space-themed background image. To execute that, I can start by making the menu, and to do that, I can create an unordered list and give it a style of flex to position the list items horizontally. Inside the URL tag, I can add 3 anchor tags, and in each anchor tag, with an li tag set to href equals hashtag, and in the first list item, we can set the text to home. For the second one, we can set the text to about, and for the last one, we can set the text to services. Back to ChatGPT, our code is done generating, and at first glance, it looks pretty good. Since AI has already finished coding, I should speed up a little. So underneath our menu, we can create a div with a class of text, and in that div, we can add an h1 with the text welcome and a paragraph tag with some dummy text. That would be all for our HTML side of the landing page, so let's check back in with the AI. We can take the code that it has generated and slap it into VS Code and then run it to see the output. Looking at it, we can see that it's nicely created the color scheme and the button, but there's no navigation menu, so I think that could give me an edge. Back to my code, we need to start working on the CSS. Starting in the body, I can set my overflow to hidden. Then I can set the margin to 0 and the padding to 0, followed by making the font family Lucidia Sans. For the background of the page, we can do background URL and then use the URL of an image you can find on pexels.com. Now for the output, we have a galaxy style background, but because the background has a dark color, you can't see the text. So to fix that, we can set the color to white. The next thing we can customize is our navigation menu, so we can select our UL tag. To bring it up, we can set the margin top to -8 pixels, and then set the display to flex, followed by justifying the content to center and aligning the items to center. To change the size, we can set the height to 8 viewport heights and the width to 100%, and after that, set the background to RGBA 0.8, which gives us a semi-transparent black background. For the individual list items, we can select our li tag, and inside of that set the margin left and right to 50 pixels, followed by setting the font size to 20 pixels to make the text a little bit bigger. Then to remove the dots on the list, we can simply set the list style to none. Now the last thing we have to do is our text, so we can select our .text class, and then set the position to absolute, the left to 50%, the top to 50%, and then do transform, translate, -50% by -50% to properly center it. Finally, the text aligned to center, and then we can go to our output, and we can see a nice landing page. Now for the judging. The 2 landing pages will be judged by 3 categories: design, features, and responsiveness, and each category will be scored out of 10. Now that you know how the judging will work, let's go to my brother who will judge the 2 landing pages.
So, I'm going to start off by rating these 2 pages, the one made by Mr. Two Coding and the AI. First off, from design, out of 10. Just by looking at the AI one, I would say like a 2, because, actually a 4, because not many colors, very simple. If you ask me, I think maybe I can do this. Whereas Mr. 2-for-1 Coding, I would give it a 7. Lots of color, nice background, and I definitely would not be able to do this. Now, the features. The AI one is getting a 1 out of 10 straight off the bat. Only one button, not many features, and no color to the button. The one made by Mr. 2-for-1 Coding, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 because there's 3 buttons, they look appealing, and they have a little bit of color to it. And now for the responsiveness. For this one, I'm gonna need to do a bit of testing. Let's do the AI one first. Okay, so we're just gonna play around with the size a bit, see how responsive it really is. It can, if I go a little bit small, it doesn't really change. So I would give it like a 1, as it's not really that responsive. Let's check out the Mr. 2-for-1 coding one. Okay, I would say, let's put this bit. Why am I not able to see this whole page? I don't know. It's weird. Okay, I mean, I would give it like a 6, because like some of the buttons are being cut off, so like it's not the greatest, but it's better than the AI. So that's my rating. So at the end of the day, overall, this one, the one made by Mr. 2-for-1 Coding, is definitely better. Don't use AI to make your landing pages, people.